Welcome to week 3. Now that we know the basics of a website, we can practice by adding links to our website to make it more functional. Links are used for many things on a site, the most important of which is the navigation menu. Links can also be used so users can tap or click to get to other sites, view or download files, dial a phone number, or send an email.
Let's take a look at the markup for a link. This is called an anchor element. Next, you need the hypertext reference attribute inside the opening tag. This must be followed by an equal and the value in quotes. Between the tags is the text that your users will click on to get to the content to which you are linking. What you see here is a relative link. This link would only work from the other pages on the same site. Relative links may also include folder names like this one. It contains the folder name images with a /, then the file name. This tells the browser to look for the file on our site in the images folder.
If we want to link to a page that is not on our site, we must use absolute links. These contain the same basic parts, but the value also includes the HTTP protocol and the domain name. Absolute links will work from anywhere online. Making an email link is just as easy. The value in this type of a link includes mail to with no spaces, then a colon, then the email address. Remember that the value needs quotes around it, and just like the previous link, you have the text the user sees between the tags.
You can put in more than one email address if you like by putting a comma after the first address and adding the next address. Only one mail to protocol is needed. This would send one email to both addresses. If you want to show a list of email addresses that would come up in separate emails, you would need a separate mail to link for each one of them.
There are extras you can add to an email link that will automatically complete other parts of the email. The most common is the subject line. You would add this by creating a link just like before. Then after the email address, add a question mark, the word subject, an equal, and the subject line you want. Make sure your closing quote is after the subject line. The spaces may work fine, but to be sure, we put a %20 in for all spaces. When a user taps or clicks on the link, the email will pop up with the subject line already filled in. You can add to the body of the text the same way, but with the body instead of the subject. Don't forget the %20s for spaces. You can also use both by putting an ampersand between them. It would come up for the user like this. A telephone link uses the tel protocol, then a colon. You need to include the international dialing prefix, which in the US is a +1. Follow that with your number, including an area code, with no spaces or dashes. Links are a valuable tool for a web designer and add a great deal of functionality to a site.